Hello everyone, and thanks so much for tuning in to Faith Fitness Transform. I am your wonderful host, Fit Emmett, and I'm here with the beautiful, the lovely Melissa Hess, our Pilates expert, PYO instructor here in Charlotte, North Carolina, and Fort Mill, South Carolina. She is like the bomb. She knows her stuff, and she's going to show this really tight, bound up bodybuilder guy a couple things to help straighten my posture a little bit. And she's going to talk about a term that I have not really heard very much of, and she's kind of opening my eyes to some things. And what is that, Melissa?
So I just wanted to talk a little bit today about something called thoracic kyphosis, and it's a big term to really just talk about and make reference to a hunchback. So Mr. Fit Emmett does a lot of abdominal work, a lot of work centered around flexion, right? So moving like this. On top of the fact that he does all his social media, all his marketing in front of a computer. So most of us spend the better part of every one of our days in front of a computer or a tablet or a cell phone or a car driving, and it can kind of lend itself to that hunchback phenomenon.
I feel that sometimes when I'm doing stuff,
Which may not be a big deal in your younger years, but as you get older, you see people who can't come out of it, don't have the strength to come out of it, so then they live the better part of their life like this, and it really limits them. So it's important that we know what to do right now in order to remedy that for kind of the rest of our lives and then overall health. So
what do we do to remedy that?
Well, what we do to remedy that is we work the back.
Okay.
So we work the thoracic spine, we work the lower, mid, and upper back. And the best way I found to do that, the easiest way, is to lie prone, which simply means to lie on your stomach. So if you want to get on the mat.
Sure thing. This is a very pretty mat, by the way.
Yeah. And this is unscripted, so if Emmett doesn't do a good job, you know it's because he's not used to doing this. So Emmett, the first thing we're going to do is very simple. It's just the Y, like the letter Y. So I'd like you to put your feet together if you could for me.
Got it.
And then, I want you to have your arms out like a Y. So what Emmett's going to do is slowly and at the same time, he's going to lift his arms up and by extension, lift his chest up a little bit off of the mat. So go ahead and do that for me slowly, Emmett.
Slowly.
And let's see how high you can get. Once you get to your top, right there, beautiful, I want you to hold it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 3.5, 2, and slowly with control, come on down, slowly, control it. Right.
Woo.
Yeah. That is some extension work. So if we think about flexion this way, we think about extension this way. And you can't have good, strong abs without a good, strong back. So that's what Mr. Fit Emmett was working right now. No equipment, doesn't cost any money, you don't need anything except, you don't even need the mat really, you can just use your carpet. So along that same vein, we're going to do another exercise that is extremely simple, and we're going to keep with the alphabet theme. This one is called the T. So go ahead and put your arms out in a T, and give me that patented Fit Emmett thumbs up. I want your thumbs to go to the sky, right? I want you to straighten out your arms as much as possible without locking your elbows. And I want you to think about your shoulder blades staying where they are as you slowly, with control, just simply lift your arms for me. As high as they can get, within your comfort level. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, slowly with control, go ahead and take that down.
You really don't realize how intense that is going to feel.
Yeah, if you couldn't hear that because Emmett's on the mat, he says you really don't realize how intense that's going to feel because it's not work that most of us do on a daily basis. So if you had to pick out muscle groups or part of the back, is there anywhere you felt it in particular?
That one, I definitely felt more upper back.
Okay.
I felt more upper back with that one.
Yep.
It just, the whole thing tightened or contracted as I lifted my arms.
So strengthening those back muscles, which is great. And then the last exercise we're going to show is a very traditional Pilates exercise. It's called swimming or swimmies, as I was taught. And it's very fun, but it does take some practice to get used to, and Emmett has not practiced. So we're gonna do a follow-up video about a month from now, and he's gonna be a boss doing swimming. But for now, just bear with us. So Emmett, you're gonna stay exactly where you are, completely prone on the mat. I'd like you to have your arms out straight in front of you. And I want you to think about, if you can, bringing your belly button to your spine. So engaging our abs is not something we normally do when we're on our stomach. Normally if we're on our stomach, we give our abs a break, right? And I don't want to do that here. I really want you to engage your abs while you're on your stomach. So that's what I want you to try to hold the whole time, that feeling. If you need to let it go down just for a break before we start, go ahead. Yeah.
Will your pelvis tuck, just like, will your pelvis roll in just a little bit?
It will tuck just a little bit more than likely. And every body is different. So bring your belly button to your spine again for me, engage those abs. And now I want you to think about hugging the muscle to the bone in your arms and legs. So what that means, here I am just kind of hanging out, and here I am hugging the muscle to the bone, right? So I tighten everything. That's gonna naturally bring his legs and arms off the mat. And he has enormous quads, that's why his legs are this high up, but most of our legs will be down a little farther. Good. So Emmett, while you're here, slowly think about taking your right arm and your left leg up at the same time. Yep. And then go ahead and slowly switch. So opposite arm and leg, up and down. Opposite, up and down, and opposite, and up and down. And go ahead and release everything, relax, yeah. There's some breathing here, some traditional Pilates breath that we can start to work in, but for the intent of this video, we just wanted to kind of get the basics down and the motion down. You'll naturally feel how you want to breathe. Maybe inhale, exhale. Completely up to you. My main concern is that you do breathe. So if Emmett were to practice this a little bit more, and he will, so we'll get there, I would be watching to make sure that his pelvis stayed stable the entire time. So I want your arms and legs to move. Whoop, I want your arms and legs to move, but I don't want your pelvis to shimmy all over as you're doing, like you're not in the water, right? Your entire core should be pretty stable as your extremities move. And that's gonna bring some extension into your back as well. So hopefully that helps. 3 very simple, very quick, painless for the most part.
Painless, yeah.
Exercises that you can do to avoid the hunchback.